Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are looking at Aerial Act by Cirque Colors. I did put in an order for some magnetics that were released and I wanted to use my points before they disappeared. So I grabbed a couple of other polishes. This was one of them. I'm going to be honest and say I really struggled to find another polish I wanted that didn't violate my rules. Mostly the problem is that I already have polishes that too closely resemble what was being offered. So it's not that I didn't like the polishes, it's just that I felt that I had already owned things extremely similar to them. I kind of wanted Zen Jelly. I thought about Elixir of Everlasting Life, but green polish with a blue shimmer is a problem for me lately, so I needed to just not do that again. I had wanted Mermaid Grotto, but it was out of stock at the time. I was thinking about Lime Jelly, but decided I didn't really want it that much. And eventually, I did settle on Aerial Act. For a Cirque polish, this one has pretty good coverage. I was surprised. I'm so accustomed to Cirque formulas being quite thin. Now some of that is my own taste in Cirque polishes. I do like a sheer and a buildable formula. I do think the paddle brush helps a lot with Cirque. I have changed out all my old bottles to have paddle brushes. And I saw that Island P is now offering paddle brushes to be sold separately. My dream has come true. Black Friday, here I come. I think we'll grab 5 or 6 of them. I'm going to try and grab a variety of finishes so I can give it a good perusal. I did only apply 2 coats of this polish. At the end of the second coat, I could not see through it, so I just stopped. This time it was not because I was feeling salty. I do think people with longer nails or clear nails will probably need a third, just because if you did get any unevenness, it's going to be accentuated by those. But with my shorter nails, I did not have trouble. I do feel like my full hand shots will vindicate me because you can tell even in the bright sunlight that you just really can't see through it. If a polish is going to look uneven, usually it's the sun shot that's going to show that. And there are holo glitter in there, and they are very, very tiny and, in my opinion, extremely easy to remove. They will, however, get all over your skin if you smush the cotton ball all over the place. My suggestion is get it wet with acetone, scrunch it around just enough to loosen up the top coat, and then just leave it still for about 40 seconds. And then when you swipe it off the end, all of the glitter will come with it. You might be left with a couple that would need to be cleaned off separately, but that should take care of the majority of them. In the meantime, you have been watching this thing out in the sun, and you can see the holo. I do like a glitter. Again, not a terrible ordeal to remove. Unfortunately, we are really only seeing the blue shift to the shimmer. I think you can see the green on the edge of my thumb here and there, but that's it. I found the Siberian Blue Robin, which seems to be a similar color to the base. He may have too much charcoal. Next, I found the Shining Honeycreeper, who I thought had belly feathers that are a close match. And finally, the red-legged Honeycreeper was pretty close to the polish both in tone and saturation. In the shade, we lose the holo, but you can see the shimmer more clearly. When I raise my fingers, you can see that pinky purple. I always register that color as a bright magenta. Then as I bring my fingers down, you get more of that aqua. The official description of the polish includes a shimmer shift to green, but I think at best you are going to get teal. I think the blue base interacts with the green in such a way as to just make it look teal. When I decided on this polish, I still worried I had duped myself. The closest polish I have in terms of base color is the glam called Presto You're Dead. Although it does have a similar base color, the other one is a glitter polish, so they are not at all dupes. However, I do also have other cobalt polishes. In particular, I was worried this would look like Seal the Deal by Dawn Diva. And when I went looking through my polishes, it also had a similar base to Heart of Glass by Cirque. Now, Heart of Glass I remember being pretty heavy on the shimmer so that the base color isn't always apparent, but I do think these might warrant some side-by-side comparisons. Now that we're inside, this is where I think you can see the green, or teal if you will. When I put my fingers down near the window, that is when I see that shift. But as I said, it mixes with the blue of the base, and I think it just gives teal. Still very pretty, but teal. Then it goes back through the aqua, the blue, to the bright magenta. Sadly, when I swing to the left in the artificial light, we're only getting that aqua and blue. I do think the shimmer is a bit muted inside, but still noticeable. And that is all for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe so that I can drink an unlabeled potion left on my porch and transform into a sheep for 3 turns. Please enjoy a clip of my baby red squirrels hanging out on a hot day. I know it's 44 degrees, so it's incredibly hot. So we have semi-sploot, but we've got to move forward, so. And little baby squirrels are out. I haven't seen Mom in a few days. We almost had the sploot. I know you want to.